Hey guys, this is God of Politics. Welcome back to a brand new video, but before we get started with this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, join the Discord that is linked down in the description. Also, check out my website that is also linked down in the description. I update it every day with new poll analysis, my new uploaded videos, and my new election predictions. I also have a new sub goal of 500 subscribers by election day. We are currently at 317 subscribers. Can we get to 500 by election day? Please like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can get there. This is also day of mourning. It is September 11th, which is obviously the day of the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center in 2001. I also live in New York City, so it's also a very special day for me, but just wanted to highlight that as well. Sorry for the late upload for this video, but I did want to get this video out as I said I would be doing it today. But this video is the easiest path to victory for Donald Trump. Now, a lot of people in 2016 infamously said that Donald Trump has no path. He doesn't have the path to 270. He ended up getting to 306 electoral votes, so he had a path for that. But this election, he does have a path to victory. Certainly not a certain path to victory, a path that he's 100% going to get. And I wouldn't even say he's favored to get this path. But there is many paths, not as many as Joe Biden, but there is many paths for him to get. Now, this is all of these safe states here. You're going to have to fill off some states that Donald Trump is going to have to win, in every single circumstance. Number one is Texas, obviously. He could win this by a likely margin. He could outperform the polls, even though that's not historically what Republicans have done in this state. And he could probably win it by a likely margin. He could also win Georgia. I don't think he'll be able to win it by a likely margin, but he could win it by a lean margin, just due to the fact that you have trends in this state. And that is another state that he's going to have to win. He's also going to have to win both Iowa and Ohio. But these are lean margins. You could say they're likely margins. The margin necessarily isn't as important, but he is going to need to win both of these states due to the fact that they have 24 electoral votes together. It's a sign of how red or blue the other states in this Rust Belt area are, and that is very telling of that. And there's states that Democrats are probably going to win. Joe Biden's probably going to win regardless of what happens, whether Donald Trump has a good night or whether he doesn't. Those states include Colorado, New Mexico, and Virginia. At this point, you could even put Virginia at a safe margin. You could put you could put New Mexico at a safe margin. You could maybe even put Colorado at a safe margin. But assuming Donald Trump is a path to victory, he's still not going to end up getting these states. Maybe, in a perfect world, he could get Virginia closer or something like that, but I don't necessarily see that happening. He's also going to have to win Maine's 2nd district, probably by a likely to around safe margin. I don't think he's going to be able to win it by as much as he did last time, but it does still have strengths that he has nationwide, like doing well with white working class voters, doing well with rural voters, and I do think he can capitalize on that by winning it by quite a big margin again. Then you get to some other states that he is going to have to win. These are very crucial states. The first one is Florida. Florida is the bellwether state, the number one state that decides the election in many cases. That did it in 2000. It was the most hotly contested state, you could argue, in 2016. And Donald Trump is going to need to win that state in 2020. The polls have looked up for him, actually. He was down at around 7 points or something at one point. He's now, down by around 1 percentage point, but really he's pretty much tied in the state. You had a new NBC News Morris poll that had the race tied. And so, this state could go either way, and it'll mean the election, because if Donald Trump doesn't win this state, it's going to be quite hard for him to get a path to victory. He's also going to have to win the state of North Carolina. North Carolina is very dependent on a lot of things. It's very dependent on Donald Trump doing well with these rural voters and not, stopping the bleeding with the suburban voters that are trending towards the Democrats. It also counts a lot on the black turnout. Black turnout was down in 2016 in North Carolina. It went down nationally from 65% to 59%. In North Carolina, I don't actually know the exact number, but turnout was down amongst black voters. And so, if that trend continues, it can aid Donald Trump, and he can end up winning the state, which I do believe he'll be able to do anyway. You could even put this state at a lean margin. Then some state Democrats will probably win. They'll probably win Maine at large by a lean margin, lean to likely margin, probably around a likely margin, but I wouldn't say it's going to be necessarily too competitive for this election. Maybe in the future it could be more competitive if you look compared to what Obama won the state by to what Hillary Clinton won the state by. There is a clear shift towards the Republican Party, but, there are trends, and these things do take a long time. So at least for now, I will put this at lean Democrat. And then you've got some of the states that Donald Trump, these are the states that get him past the 270 line. First is the state of Wisconsin. Now, Wisconsin is probably trending more to the Democrats than any four of these, I guess, key states. Part of that is due to the WOW counties, which are outside of Milwaukee, areas like Kenosha, which trended towards the Republican Party. Some of these areas, these counties outside of Milwaukee, as well as, doing better in these northern areas where there's more legacy Democrats who aren't with the party anymore. And Donald Trump definitely does have an ability to win here. And sure, he's down a lot in the polls right now, but he was in 2016 too. So he does have a chance to victory in this state. Another state is Arizona. Arizona is a state where you do have the trends in Maricopa County, but if he can maybe, only lose Maricopa County by a little bit or even win Maricopa County, he can win the state. And while the polls aren't looking too good for him right now, he does still have room to gain. And this isn't necessarily my opinion on what's going to happen in this race. This is just looking at it from the standpoint of what is Donald Trump's path, what states does he have to win, and how can he get to the 270 mark, winning those states. So you can see here he's already at 269, and if you're looking at 269, assuming Joe Biden won everything else, it'd be 269. Donald Trump would still win in that scenario. So you've already gotten Donald Trump to victory here. Even if you fill in, Nevada tilt, Minnesota tilt, Michigan tilt, Pennsylvania tilt, Nebraska's second tilt, New Hampshire tilt. It is 269, and Donald Trump will inevitably end up being president anyway. But Donald Trump does have the ability to win the state of Michigan. The trends again, I do like to say trends a lot because they are very important. Donald Trump's not spending much money in this state, but the trends in these rural areas are really favoring Republicans. And while they didn't do well here in the midterms, the Democrats pretty much swamped in a lot of areas. They flipped 2 House seats, flipped the governorship and the lieutenant governorship, and they do pretty much control the state now, almost getting control of the state legislature. But Republicans still have the ability to win here. Donald Trump's down by around 4 percentage points in the polls right now, but the same poll that got it right in 2016 now is a poll showing Donald Trump by the same margin. So this isn't the most crucial state for Donald Trump, but it is a state he can win. Pennsylvania is another state. The polls do have it a little bit closer. We've actually had some polls, for example, we had a Monmouth poll showing it around 2 percentage points victory for Joe Biden. That is not the kind of victory that Joe Biden, or the poll lead that he would like to have at this point. And sure, you'd rather be Joe Biden than Donald Trump in the state of Pennsylvania, but Donald Trump still does have the ability to win the state of Pennsylvania. And we're basically looking already at the map that 2016 was, with the exception of Nebraska's second district, which I am pretty confident is going to go to the Democrats. There's also the argument that Republicans could win the state of Minnesota. After all the riots are going on, there is the argument that Donald Trump could benefit from it due to Donald Trump's portrayal of Joe Biden. That strategy has not worked so far. Donald Trump's approval rating on responding to these riots is not good. He's the incumbent president. You look at it from the standpoint of logistics. Donald Trump's the president. He's supposed to be the one dealing with these things, but he can label it properly as Joe Biden's America, which he is doing in some of his ads, and his poll numbers start to pick up. He could possibly win the state of Minnesota, although I do think it is unlikely. So again, his easiest path to victory is just winning the states he won in 2016. And even if he lost the state of Michigan, and even if he lost the state of Pennsylvania, he'd still end up winning. So he could lose as many as 2 of these pretty big electoral vote states, adding up to 36 electoral votes, and he'd still end up winning this election. Now, I don't necessarily see this as the most likely path. I think Donald Trump is going to lose this election as of now. You've seen my predictions before. You've seen, the state of the race as I've predicted it. But that doesn't mean that Donald Trump still doesn't have the ability to win. He definitely has the ability to win in Florida and Georgia and North Carolina and Arizona and Wisconsin. You have questions about Michigan and Pennsylvania. Well, he doesn't even need them. So Donald Trump has a clear path to victory. He's a clear route to 270 or 269 in this scenario, in a scenario. But there's many other factors that play here. And again, like I said, Donald Trump could even pull off a state like Nevada, a state like New Hampshire. And at that point, Joe Biden could even win Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin. That would be a crazy map to see. I don't think it's the most likely scenario, but it's another path for Donald Trump. So Donald Trump has fewer paths than Joe Biden, as I said before. His paths aren't as likely as Joe Biden, as I said before, but there is still a path. So thank you all for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, join the Discord that is linked down in the description. Also, check out the website that is linked down in the description as well. So again, guys, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.